There were like a couple times where you would come with me into like middle school or high school even, and after you leave, they would be like, "Are you adopted?" They would ask me if I'm adopted, or like ask me, "Oh, who was that?" And I was like, "That's my mom." It was like, "That's your mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my mother." The amount of comments I get from like white people, like saying, "Oh, you look like Travis Scott. You look like A$AP Rocky." It's like,
it's better than Lil Wayne.
oh,
People call me Lil Wayne, or I remember when I come and hear people, "Oh, that's your Bob Marley."
yeah. Yeah, and kids in my school would say, "Oh, your dad's Lil Wayne, eh?" And I'm like, they look nothing alike.
Yeah.
But all good.
My name is Nego Beto. I grew up in Rio de Janeiro. I met Mara in Rio. And then we start to live together and got married. And then one day she said, "Oh, let's go to New Zealand, meet my family."
I mean, we have so many baby pictures of Jazz, but the number of baby pictures actually printed out of Jamil is so much less because, like, the memories of Jamil are digital. That's baby Jazz, that's baby Jamil.
Look like same.
I know, they're very, very similar.
From when I can remember, I would always like hear music blasting from this room, and I would always come in and like hang out. It made me grow my love for music more. Like because of them, I really take time into what music I like.
What the year was here?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 1994, maybe 93.
1994.
That was in Brazil.
Look, my hair is very cool. Yeah, we've been DJ for 20 years. We play almost every weekend. On the summer, we do more than 2 gigs on a weekend, sometimes 3. But in the winter, we slow down a little bit and go to the studio for make some music. Rewind, DJ Mara. Rewind. Can you put in another song to say?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Jazz, but like, I get so many people being like, "Oh, wait, your parents are like Brazil B-Day." And I'm like, "Yep." "Oh, they're so cool. I would be so happy if my parents were DJs. Like, that would be..." And I'm like, yeah. How about you help them sit up for like 3 hours and all that? But like, honestly, it is pretty cool.
Okay, yep. Do you want to go ahead and put that on? Yep, go ahead and put that on.
A lot of people ask about you and Jazz, too.
Yeah.
Whenever we do a gig, people are always asking, "Oh, how's Jazz? How's Jamil? I haven't seen him."
Jamil's here? Jamil here?
Yeah.
My father was a musician. My mother have my brother and me. He say, "No, my music is a priority. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get out of the house." He don't wanna have a family. He wanna play music every night. But I learned that it was not cool because I suffer a lot because my mother was work in the morning, afternoon, and the night. She had teacher. She used to have 3 jobs for survive the life in Rio de Janeiro. For me, my kids was a priority more than my music. Now you guys grow up. You have your life, you have a job, you have whatever you want to do. I'm so proud, I was so happy. Now I start to come back and say, "Oh, I can do it more, my music, I can do more work."
Growing up, it was definitely interesting because it was all like, "Oh, your parents must be, so laid back. They must, let you do all this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, they're still parents." Like, just because what they do for a job, it doesn't make them any more lenient than the other parent.
as a teenager, I didn't feel as trusted in like living here. I did not feel respected. I mean, I'm not saying that I was the perfect child. Like, there were things that I did that were wrong, obviously. But it was because I was like, oh, they don't trust me anyway. Yeah, it gave me more of a motive to do it because it's like, oh, they don't really trust me anyway. I'll just do it.
I'm sorry if you feel that way, but, you know, it's not always how you think.
I mean, hindsight is 20/20, and I'm always thinking of things that I or we could have improved in parenting. At the end of the day, like at the very core of everything, it was just like all love. Like we just wanted to do the very, very best that we could.
We learn a lot.
We have learned a lot.
It's very important you have a very good communication. You know, that's to be a good father. Always I learn every day for be a good father because it's not easy. It's good, but it's not easy.
I am glad that I was raised by my immigrant parents because it makes me different, and I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain why it makes me different. I'm just kind of glad that I was raised like that.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. The beautiful salsa, the beautiful people. We're gonna play now. You know, it's like a tree. You have to have the roots. If the tree don't have the roots, it's not gonna fall down. So, home for me, where you have a good times, bad times. And sometimes I got confused because I grew up in Brazil. I live in America for a little while, and now I live here 25 years or 26 years here. And it's really hard for me to say where am I home. But at the same time, when I come here, I feel safe, I feel comfortable. I don't know how to explain. My home is my everything.
Yeah.